And hello, welcome everyone. I'm back for the Pool B of the first day of the FIDE Online Olympiad 2020. First of all, let's start with some small information about the format. It's a complex format for everyone. I don't know if you were with me, Roland and me this morning. It's important to know what is this online Olympiad. So let's have a look at that. First of all, First of all, it's a truly worldwide event. Over 150 teams, so 163 teams are taking place, and over 1,500 players from all over the world. Teams are split into 5 divisions according to strength and are further divided into pools within those divisions based on the time zone and strength. Today, we will have 3 pools, Pool A, Pool B, and C, that are the pool of the base division. As you can see here, next to the board, there is a format, and the base division has 30 teams that are split in 3 pools, 10 teams each. What is the format? The format is basically all these 163 teams are involved in this format, and every team can advance to the next division. From the base division, that is the division with the lowest rated players, 12 teams will advance to division 4. So 4 for each pools. And let's go on with the format because it's really complex and it needs some more explanation. So, first of all, a very important features of this opening is that the team has 2 open boards, 2 women's boards, 1 junior male board, and 1 junior female board. So as I said this morning, it's like 3 events in one. We have an open event, a women event, and a junior event, all in one single team and competition. The team within each pool play a single round robin. And so as there are 10 teams for every pool, for each pool, they are going to play, I'm not going to play, but they are going to play 9 games, 3 games per day. So in the next days, we are going to see other 3 rounds. This morning, we saw the first 3 rounds of Pool A base division. This afternoon and this evening, we are going to see the first 3 rounds also of Pool B and C. And tomorrow and after tomorrow, we are going to say a round from 4th to 6th round tomorrow, Pool A, B, and C. And after tomorrow, on Monday, we are going to see the round from 7th to 9th. So, and after it, we will know the name of the 12 teams that will advance to Division 4. And in 1 week, Division 4 will start. Is really a huge event, a big event. And here I have also all the schedule of this event. As you can see, it's starting today. Today is the first day. It's such an historical event. I guess it's the first Olympian. Maybe somebody in the chat can confirm. I think it's the first time that an Olympian is playing online. And this is clearly, we know what is the reason. So as you can see, the last day will be 30th of August. So this tournament will be taking place for more than 1 month. I guess also this is a record, kind of at least in the last years. Really a huge event, very long. So let's go on with, also I want to show also some top players, top names, some big huge names that you are going to see in the upcoming days. Not today, guys, because today we are starting from base division, so the last division. But later will be there Nepomniachtchi, Grishuk, Aronian, So, Rajabov, Giri, Mamedov, Anand, Duda, and many more. So, but we are also going to have a lot of very strong women Huifan, Conero, Goryachkina, Juvenjul, Lagno, Zagnidze. I hope to pronounce all the names correctly. Yeah, will be really a high level tournament, and I'm really honored to be here at hosting this event, hosting this base division of this event. I want to present you the teams that will be playing today. So here are all the team playing in the base division. This morning we had Myanmar, Brunei, Fiji, Guam, Oman, Pakistan, Macau, Somalia, Laos, and Bhutan. This afternoon we have Lebanon, Bahrain, Qatar, San Marino, Mali, Liberia, Burundi, Gambia, Gabon, and Democratic. So, as I said this morning, as I said this morning, we did some bet. Which team of this division will qualify for will advance to Division 4? And yeah, with Roland we did some bet, and let's see if the bet were correct. Now I want also to do some provision about this Pool B. So I have to say something. I saw that one of the team is San Marino, and I know if you know where San Marino it is, but San Marino is inside Italy basically. So I guess people there speak Italian. Incredible. Another country that speaks Italian is something incredible. So alright guys, guess what? Game have started. So here we have the first game of this Pool B first round. And okay. I mean, I don't know if you see all this flag. For me, most of the flag are completely new. Here we have Mali, here we have Bahrain. This morning I had the pleasure to have the Grandmaster Roland Priesters, but also Geography Master that was explaining also where this place exactly are, where is near to which country, and I mean it was really precise. Tomorrow we won't have Roland with us, but we are going to but we're going to guess where the flag. Maybe you in the chat you are going to have me. Okay, let's see. We have some games. All right, let me shortly. Okay. These are the teams. All right, let's start with some games. I have here all the division, the Pool B. All right. All right, first game, F4. F4, first of all. This is called bird opening. It's not one of the most common opening, but it's playable. And here we are again in a normal setup. So e4, g6, knight c3, bishop g7, and g4. It looked like it's like a modern defense, where white played already f4. There is a difference that white started the game with f4, but till now is everything normal. Knight d7 and knight f3. Okay, I guess this is a normal opening. So let's shortly move to others. Here we have e4, first move, and Mr. Gaspar Machala from Congo is playing. It's amazing, by the way, to see all this country facing each other in such a long competition. And Bart Bongo from Gabon. Guys, I don't know where Gabon is. I'm sorry. Gabon, people from Gabon or Gabon. Sorry, but I wish you can play a move. you know, as is a worldwide competition, it's clear that somewhere in the world they might have connection problems. Clearly, we hope that still there will be fight on the board, there will be games, but might be that some players will be face connection problem. And by the way, they try to be a bit flexible. They don't normally on Chess.com. After 15 seconds of disconnection, you lose the game. In this competition, they will let just the time run. And if any player could reconnect on time, he can go on with his game. So let's see this game. We are Lebanon against Gambia. So Mr. Salman. Let's see this opening. E4, D6, Philidor. Knight D7 and D5. Yes, now is the Philidor. Now it's clear that this is a Philidor defense. Here there are many ways to play. I mostly try not to take immediately on D5, but I try to develop my pieces. Bishop E3, maybe H3, Bishop C4. Actually, yeah, Bishop C4 is the most common. Then A4, and you know, black has to keep care of the F7 point that can be very weak. So D take E4, D take E4, and Bishop C4, as I said. All right, so Bishop C4, Bishop B4, castle, Bishop takes C3, B takes C3. Okay, mostly this is not happening so much. I mean, I would have a question. If Roland would be here, I would ask him, what about this structure? I mean, what are the pros and the cons? Remember, every move has advantages and disadvantages. So clearly the disadvantages of this structure is that it's quite weak. The pawns are not anymore connected to each other, and they can be much weaker than in a normal structure. The advantage is that white has the bishop here. So the bishop might even move to a3 and avoid black to castle. But let's see how the game went on. C6, rook a1, protecting this pawn. I have a question. Why black could not take here? Oh! Queen d5, attacking the knight and threatening mate as well, I guess. Is this the move? Actually, yeah, bishop take f7 is better, because if queen d5, there might be knight d6. So the best move, and here is, guys, tactics of Chess.com might help you to find always the best move. And in this moment would be bishop take f7, for a fourth check, king take f7, and queen d5, attacking two pieces and winning back the piece sacrifice, and this king will feel quite uncomfortable there. Alright, there is a plane over my head. I don't know if you hear that, but let's go on. C6, rook e1, h6, bishop a3. Yeah, as I announced, I mean, the bishop there could be very annoying, because it is preventing black to castle, first of all, and also it's not so easy to find a way to castle now. I mean, the only way that comes into my mind is to block with some pieces, maybe a pawn or, I don't know, a knight, the diagonal, and then try to castle. Because honestly, I think that long castle will not be that good. So yeah. Alright. But let's see how it went on. b5, bishop b3, a5. Oh, and queen d6. Wow. The pieces are really, white pieces are really, putting problem and pressure. I think white is already much better. We see also that there is a rating difference between white and black. And now this pawn is hanging here on e5. So I guess black needs to do something about it. But black played bishop b7. which should not be a good move as e5 is hanging. Yeah, knight take e5 and rook f8. Okay, rook f8 in order to protect here. I gotta say, guys, I will not wish anyone to have this position with black. It looks really, really bad. I mean, black is not just a pawn down, but his king is in the middle and white pieces are so active. I guess this game will be over soon. Wait. Here is written mate in 2. Who is going to find his mate? Who is going to find his mate? Chat, I see you. So, who is the one that is finding this mate? Mate in 2. Oh! It's amazing, guys! It's a great mate here! I really challenge you to find this mate because he's very cool. He's amazing. Yes! Here we have the mate! Here we have the mate! Here we have the mate with the queen sacrifice! Oh my god! Queen take f8 is amazing. Followed by knight take f8. And now bishop take f7 and it's checkmate on the board! Yeah, I'm excited. I'm not I'm not cheering for Lebanon. Sorry, friends from Gambia, but I cheer for chess and this was such a nice mate with a queen sacrifice. Amazing. Very happy to see that. Yes, oh my grub is my way to celebrate. All right. Let's go on. Let's see another game. Okay, this is probably a game of the same match, is Lebanon against Gambia. Let's go shortly from move 4, from move 1. e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, c6. Knight c3, bishop c5. I know that white here can probably take and then play d5. And is a good... I was playing a lot when I was younger. I was playing a lot this knight c3. That is called 4 knights opening. And I was very happy when my opponent were playing bishop c5 because you have this move that is knight take e5. Mostly a lot of players plays bishop take f2, king take f2, and they take back. It seems like the white king is dangerous there, but actually black will be able to play d4 to develop his bishops, and white will have a solid control of the center and a good control of the position. And the king will try to find a good place on g1, or maybe the dream would be to develop the bishop, then to develop the rook, and then to do an not so natural castle, but still the king would be safe on g1. So, but let's see how the game went. I guess here we had d3, yeah, not knight take e5, knight f6, a3, a6, b4, b4. White is going aggressive. Bishop a7 and bishop g5. Okay, bishop g5 is a very typical way to develop this bishop. Mostly the plan is to bring a knight here and to take advantage of the fact that the knight is pinned on f6. So h6, bishop take f6, queen take f6, I guess knight d5, no knight d5 would be very logical because would force the queen to go back to d8, if not c7 would be hanging. But h4, aggressive, knight d4, wow, okay. Black is putting also his pieces in. I guess, you know, guys, now I start to prefer black because, yeah, I mean, first of all, I love bishop pair, and bishop pair, I guess, I think a lot of chess players love bishop pair, but especially in position that might open up, bishop pairs can be really extremely powerful. So, okay, 1 second, guys. Okay. Sorry, but we have also some managing stuff inside. So, 95 and queen d8. Okay, guys, I will go in a short break. Really, you can count the seconds, will be less than 60 seconds, and I will be back with the commentary of this Pool B first division. So see you in less than 30 seconds. And guess who is back? Did you count the second? I guess should be a world record. And yes, we are back to the games. So more than 60 seconds, 75 seconds. Next time I will be faster. Sorry. All right, but we are here. We are on track. The game are here. And let's go on. So we were watching this game. Let's see. Actually, there are some results. So I will shortly move to other games. Because, okay. So Mali against Brian. Oh my god. I mean, black was like a machine. He lived white with no pieces. I mean, there is 2 rooks, 2 knights. Too much. Okay, this is also a nice mate on e2. Oh. Okay, bishop g2 was not a good move, guys. Always keep an eye on your king, because if you lose your king, you lose the full game. So bishop g2, not a wise move. Okay, here another results. And okay, let's go back to the game that we're analyzing. Like this, we can take a look at that. Okay, queen d8. I have to update it. Okay, let's analyze the live position. Like this, we try to... Okay. I have always, I mean, grandmasters can watch the position and say, okay, white is better, black is better, it's draw, that draw. But I have to do a very analytical job. So, as my mother told me, my mom is always, she doesn't play chess. You know how she evaluates if I'm better or worse? She count the pieces on the board. And then she say, okay, 9 against 2. We can do it the level up. So we count the pawn, we count the minor pieces, we count rook and queens. So black has 2 extra pawns, but is missing a minor pieces. So black is 1 piece down, but has 2 pawns as a possible compensation. Now let's try to go at a deeper level of analysis, and let's try to understand the dynamical factor of the position. So, okay, queen were exchanged, You know, I guess white is better because white is a piece up. And the only way to create compensation would be to create threat against the king or to push the pawn. Now that a lot of pieces are exchanged, actually this should be even easier for white to develop his pieces and to... Okay, one trick of the position is that king and knight are on the same file. So rook d8 might be... Okay, now there are 3 pieces on the same file, so rook d8 looks extremely natural. But I guess that after king c3, this should be no problem for white. Yes. So, yeah, I guess no problem for white. No problem. Yeah. Alright. So, I guess here white is doing pretty well. Also, wait, white has such a low rating compared to his opponent. It's 600 rated less, but I would say he's doing great. So let's switch to another board. Okay, we have bishop d7, but it seems not so much for black. Not enough compensation. Let's go to another board. Here we have Bartebango from Gabon. We saw it already this game against Gaspar Mashala from Congo. Alright, what about this position? Again, the pawn, they have the same number of pawn, the same number of pieces, so it's about the dynamical factor of the position. First of all, there is a queen attacked here. The knight on e6 is attacking the queen, so white have to move the queen. We saw already some queen sacrifice today, but we also saw that they are not good, so let's see if Gaspar will move his queen. I guess he should move the queen to h4, something like this. He actually has really a promising position. There is a pawn on h5 ready to capture on g6, and rook and bishops ready to attack the lonely king on g8. So let's see. Yeah, Gaspar put the queen here. I guess now white wants to take on g6, maybe even sacrificing a piece there in order to open up everything and give checkmate. So we will see. I bet on white and oh, okay. There is a pawn on d4. Was it hanging or is that a dangerous pawn to take? Knight take d4. I mean, what about bishop e3? Pinning the knight at the queen? No. Knight take d4, queen take d4, and Gaspar says, it's Gaspar. Gaspar says, don't care about pawns, I want to have your king. So I think he will go for the attack. Okay, he wants probably to put a second rook on the h file and try to give checkmate. Let's move shortly to other games. Here we have a candidate master Ali Al-Ghazra against Mr. Atheye Al-Hosseini. I'm pretty talented to read these names. Actually, I'm pretty untalented to read them. But yeah, let's see this position. f4 is on the board. I like this f4. You know, always when there is e4 e5 the e4 e5 structure, mostly the weaker point in each of each color is the point f2 and f7. So you gotta really keep an eye on that and try to protect that point. Now I think white with the move f4 wants to attack the point f7. He's already attacking it with bishop and queen, and so now soon a rook can join. So is yeah, I like f4, and also I like knight a5 as well for everything we said. white has a powerful bishop and a queen attacking f7. So knight a5 at changing the knight for the bishop is, I guess, a good threat. Ooh, wait, there's a rook hanging here. So no, to take the bishop would be a huge mistake, a huge blunder. The rook is hanging on e8. There is a rook hanging there. So no, please, don't take it. Don't take that. I guess then knight c6 back is the best move. We will see. Alright, let's go to this position. Another game between, actually an international master, FIDE 8 from Lebanon against a Brimaba from Gambia. Alright? So, what about this position? 4 pawns each, 7 pawns each, 2 minor pieces, 2 queen, 1 queen, 2 rooks. Alright, so the material is equal. Now, white has for sure a better development and a better control of the center. What about the king? There is a king on d2 that could look like, okay, what is doing a king on d2? Might seems weak, but actually, I guess the king is not weak at all, and the rook are connected, so yeah, white will probably put rooks in the center, and the king will always have a safe spot on c1, b1, like it would be a long castle. I don't know how the king got to d2. Oh, wow, guys, the king just went to d2. No, this is such a creative way to castle. Amazing. I love it. Because white doesn't want to short castle, doesn't want to long castle because he can't. He can't long castle. And king d2 is just amazing. Connecting, I really like this move. It's creative. It might be not the best. Objectively not the best, but it looks so cool and is atypical, but it's a good move because connects the rook. Now the bishop is attacked here, so white is threatening to take because the rook is protecting by the other rook. So it's quite a sympathetic way to make a long castle. Bishop d7 and g4. This is the position at the board. All right, very good, very good. Let's go on in some more games. I think, yeah, you remember, no, this game we saw, yes, you remember here we were at queen g3. We announced that white is not caring too much about pawns, but white wants to give checkmate. Oh, bishop takes g6. Oh, wait. No. Oh my god. Guys, white wanted so much to give checkmate, but no, to take here is not good, exactly for this reason. Seems so good. I mean, white is attacking the rook, is threatening rook h7, queen h7, bishop h6. It seems so winning, but bishop f5. Oh, bishop f5 is one move, but it does 100 stuff, I would say. The rook is protected, the square h7 is covered, the queen is attacked, and c2 is attacked, and it's not just c2 attacked, but if black might take on c2, the rook on d1 will be hanging. So the position is completely lost for white, and white resigned. Okay. Incredible. How the tables in chess can turn suddenly. That's incredible. One move that changes the result of the game. All right, let's see one more game. Oh, here we had this end game where I said, wait, I said that black was supposed to lose. Wait, let me go. Yeah, white was a piece up, I remember. Yeah, queen d8, I said here, white should be fine. But let's see how it went. Rook e1. So guys, just that you know, my predictions are wrong. b6, a5, c5. So black is trying to open up the position to create some pass pawn. B takes c5, b takes c5, knight b3, bishop take a5, a4. Yeah, actually, black got some counterplay because now there are 3 pawns for the piece. Knight takes c5, bishop c6, attacking the g2 pawn. Rook g1, protecting. Maybe to push would have been better. a5, knight e4. Oh, I see already what can be. Okay, now I am threatening to take. Okay. Knight d6, rook d8, knight c4, and bishop b5. Don't tell me that you took there. No, bishop e2, rook c8, rook e1, a4. King b4, and rook b8, king c3, and rook e8, knight d6, and suddenly the blunder. The rook on e2 is hanging, and this bishop is not hanging because there is a rook hanging there. So let's see it back again. Knight d6, the blunder. Yeah, and now is suddenly black 2 pawns up. So is black winning? Is black completely winning in this position? This pawn is 1 square from promoting. And I mean, I guess to win this would be enough to place a rook here, which is still not so easy. But I guess that black has all the time, even to to push f5 to bring the king. Has really a lot of time. Is not in a worry. So yeah. All right. Let's go to another game. So here we have Bahrain against Mali. And okay, this game, I don't remember which point we... Yeah, now I remember. Knight f5, queen b5. I was hoping that black was not blundering the rook, bishop e6. But wait, there is a knight here. Wait, isn't white a piece up? Ah, b6. Wow. Incredible. Bishop take, take, and queen b5. This position, white is actually a pawn up after all this line. So it's still a better position for white. So rook a5, queen b4, rook a8, and f5. Yes, I like this. I like this f5. It's like, this move is playing a bit against this bishop. This bishop is not joining the game because would be very powerful, this bishop, without this pawn. So I guess to take would be a mistake. So f5. I like queen c6, f take g, h take g, and queen b3. Attacking f7. Rook 5 a7, protecting this pawn. Knight g3 and b5. It's not so easy actually to play this position. I mean, white is a pawn up, but there is some pressure on the h file, and I don't know how white should proceed. I don't find a plan for white because this pawn is quite weak. Maybe white should just sacrifice it for initiative. Rook f3 was played and queen c4. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I guess after changing the queens, how to protect this pawn, Yeah, maybe rook here, attacking both of that. Rook c2. It looks so strange. I don't know, maybe try to play something like f5 could be an idea. I guess that black here is has enough compensation for the pawn. And so we will see. Let's see the position. Queen c4. White played rook b1 but lost the pawn. Rook take a2 and rook take b5. Queen take b5. Rook take b5. Now I guess rook c2 might be a good plan. Rook a1 check, knight f1. Black has really few time, so I will try to maybe to bring a second rook. Or would be cool to activate this bishop. The point is that it's not so the time just why just one on time? What an unfortunate change of circumstances, I would say. Yeah, never forget about the clock, never forget about it. Yeah, GG. This was not winning at all, but let's go to the last game of the day, of the first round. Black is one square to promote. Rook a, I guess, is clearly winning for black, but wait, white was winning. White was winning in this game. White was completely winning. Yeah, was the game. I was already quite confused about it, but now white is completely winning. Black is completely winning. I guess everything is winning. Yeah, especially now. I mean, just a stalemate could save white, but I guess we are not going to see the stalemate. But we are going to have a GGO. Yeah, a GGO for black. Black is slowly pushing his pawn. Now, really everything wins in this position. Everything. King g6. Oh, wait. You know, I got a stalemate. Something like... Yeah, to play rook b3 at one point, like... Yeah. Oh, come on. The stalemate is not possible. GG. Is a GGO. And this is the last game of the day, of the first round. I will shortly spend few words about the format. We are in division, base division, and okay, let me. Okay, this is the format. We are at the stage 1, so the stage of the division. We are now at the very first day of this huge event, very long event, and we are in the base division. So 30 teams are facing each other. Actually, they are divided in 3 pools, 10 teams each, and the first 4 teams of each pool will advance to Division 4. So we are currently commenting on the pool B. This morning we saw the pool A, and this evening at 7 p.m. Central European time we will see the first 3 rounds of the pool C base division. So is there a mate? Mate is on the board. Yes, there is a mate on the board. So all the games are finished. This was the first round. I hope to be soon back with all the results, all the pairings and scoreboard, because there are really so many games, so many teams playing from all over the world. Somebody's playing from his phone, somebody's playing for his computer. Arbiters are exploding, but they are doing a good job. So I hope soon we will have scoreboard, we will have the results. and we can understand a bit more. So guys, very nice mate, GG, yeah, I see you. Yeah, exploding, Monka, exactly. You're exploding. So we are going to see each other in very few for the round number 2 of the Pool B of the base division. Is such a long way to explain the format. Alright guys, see you in about 5-10 minutes for the round 2. See you! And sorry, I forgot to announce that somebody very, very strong will join me for the round number 2. So stay tuned and see you soon. And hello, welcome back. I'm ready for the second round. Actually, we are ready because soon, in about 5-10 minutes, the second guest will join. You in the chat, you can try. It's not Roland, I can say you're ready, but you in the chat can try to guess who it is. He's a very, very famous streamer. So try to guess it. Let's see. So the game should start soon. Oh, actually the game already started, so we can immediately go through the game. I will shortly talk about what we are doing. We are here for the Online Olympiad. There's a competition from all the world, all the countries of the world. More than 1,000 players are taking place, and over 163 teams are here. So every team is composed by 2 open boards, two women's board, 1 junior male board, and 1 junior female board. And teams are split into the 5 divisions according to strength, and further divided into pools within those divisions. Now, currently, we are at base division. It's the very first day of this extremely long event, and we are at the pool B. This morning, we had the first 3 rounds of pool A. This afternoon, we are at the second round of pool B, and in about 4 hours, the pool C is taking place and will start. So yes, not chat, you are wrong. By the way, in about 4 hours also pool C. But now, soon, we are going to see the game of the second round. So I guess they are started already. Yes, White is thinking a lot if to play G4 or B4. Yeah, there are many options at the first move, so White is taking some deep thought about it. And yeah, he has to choose wisely because he's facing a FIDE master, FIDE from Lebanon. So let's go to some other games. So here we have 2,000 rating. Yeah. Facing each other, Egypt against Gambia. Alright, let's see the first move. E3, E5, C3, D5, Knight F3, Knight C6, Queen B3, A6. Okay, sorry for these faces, but this was a pretty weird opening decision for White. I think that I can easily say that I never saw it, never, and yeah, that's the first time for me. I never saw this opening. But yeah, there is always a first time. We will see how it will proceed. And yeah, you see a raid from Ginger GM that will joining soon the commentary, so congratulations to who guessed this. And so Simon from Ginger GM will soon joining it, and hi, a lot of value to this commentary. Very happy he will give me some help. So yeah, but we will be prepared. So let's see what is happening here. So 95. Okay, let's see shortly the opening. E4, E5. This is a Sicilian. E6, D4. C takes D4. Knight takes D4. A6. Bishop B3. Bishop F5. Knight B3. Bishop A6. I guess this is all theory. I was playing this opening with black, and then I changed because my results were very poor. But I wish something better for Ezio Righi from San Marino. So guys, I'm an official fan of San Marino. No, joking. I should be impartial. So, but just that San Marino is basically a small country inside Italy, and they speak Italian. They are basically like Italian. So, you know, I'm from Italy. But yeah, I'm completely objective and doesn't matter. So Knight C6, Queen G5, no, Queen G4, Knight F6. Oh, and Queen take. Might be dangerous to take there. Might be dangerous. Let's see. Rook G8 and Queen H6 and Knight E5. I don't know if this is all theory. It seems like black didn't think too much, so might be that this is all theory. I will need to ask some grandmaster. Yeah, what I can say, white as a pawn up is a pawn up, but there could be some good compensation for black. I mean, the g file, also the f2 point, so yeah, it's still a fight, and there is, yeah, we are going to see still a fight here. Let's see. Let's move to another game. Okay, let's see if here, yeah, white still didn't choose, so let's go on to another game. All right, so guys, I guess the super mega extreme great guest is going to join me, so I will ask him everything about this position. So see you soon. And we are back. And as I announced, I have the pleasure to have here as a guest Simon Williams from Ginger Jihad. Hello, Simon. Thank you so much for joining here at this
Hello.
last minute call and for the FIDE Online Olympiad.
Yeah, definitely. It's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me on. And I'm excited to see the games and see what's going on in this section. It's what's happening nowadays in the online events like the Online Olympiad. And been looking forward to this for quite some time, commentating. So how's it all going so far anyway? Any exciting stuff going on?
Yes, basically a lot of blunders. But I would like to introduce shortly to this event, to do a recap for everyone, because it's really a complex format, so it needs to be explained more and more. Basically, there are 163, now I learned everything, 163 teams and over 1,500 players, and there are two stages, the stage 1 and the stage 2. The stage 1 is like a selection stage that will provide the teams for the stage 2, in that they will fight in a knockout event. So now currently we are in the stage 1, and in the stage 1 there are teams are split into 5 divisions according to strengths and are further divided into pools within those divisions. So basically now is the very first day of this event, and we are at the base division where 30 teams are challenging each other. They are divided in 3 pools, 10 teams per pool, and the first 4 teams of each pools will advance to Division 4. So now we are really at the very first day. The time control is 15 plus 5. And and the game, this is the second round of the Pool B. So,
okay, good.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's obviously quite complex for people to follow, but I guess what people need to know is it's the early stages of the tournament, and you've got to win to get through to the next rounds, and it's a great way to get more people online. FIDE doing a great job here with chess now moving to the internet and Chess.com supporting it, and so you've had lots of blunders so far. I was watching a couple of them earlier on. It looked like pieces were sort of dropping all over the place at one stage. But we also have some quite high quality games as well.
Yes,
happening.
We have it as well. And what is very nice that we see people from all over the world facing each other, also fighting against a connection problem and trying to do their best. So
many elements, many different things going on. So, I mean, the great thing with chess is how it can sort of bring together so many people from different places all around the world, and no matter what age you are, what background. And this has always attracted me to the game. And I see you have a board up here, and some of the teams are playing, and it looks like White's getting very short of time at the moment. An FM playing with the black pieces, and do you have what's been the best moment so far, do you think, of what you've seen?
You mean of the whole event?
Of today, yeah. If you had any sort of special tactics going on?
Yes, I had it. I sadly don't have the game, but there was really a cute checkmate in 2 moves. I also challenged the chat to find it. Was with a queen take f8, so a queen sacrificing, and then bishop take f7 mate. Was really a romantic checkmate. Was by far my favorite moment of the day. So...
And we all love romantic checkmates, don't we? I mean, everyone appreciates the long positional grinds, but the romantic checkmates, you can't beat a romantic checkmate.
Yeah, it's romantic,
Of course. We want to see more romance on the board.
Yes.
We hope.
So we have right now 15 games playing, so let's start focusing on the second round that is already at the middle point. For example, this position, what do you think about this position? Is a FIDE master facing a player with nearly 1,000 rating less?
Yeah, well, obviously when you're outgraded by 1,000 points, it's going to be very tough, as we all know. We've all been there. Every grandmaster's been there as well, losing to high rated players. And I think Black is a pawn up. Black is probably going to win this game. But I must also say White's doing very well to keep things together, considering the rating gap here. Maybe the one thing White could try is to start some kind of attack on the king side, on the dark squares, but it's going to be hard to do that. Something like bishop g5, bishop f6. Okay, White going for this queen g4 idea. I just feel if Black times his play on the queen side correctly, with maybe some knight move and then d4, you have to be very careful playing d4 though, because you give away the e4 square. White might be able to bring the knight to e4, but at the end of the day, Black is a pawn up, so White has to prove the compensation here at the moment.
Yes.
So yeah,
I agree.
Very short a time though. The time is going to be very important here. Is that only 34 seconds left?
Yes, 34 seconds, and the increment is just 5 seconds. So yeah, White is in trouble. Is a pawn down, but also in time trouble.
Yes, so it's looking very tough for White there.
Yes.
So
okay, let's move to another game. Yes, here we have, I guess, from the second Bahrain against San Marino.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, this is another complex position.
I'm glad you pointed out the names of the flags there, because I don't want to be rude, but I would have really struggled to have worked out.
I think the stream understood that I have no clue which flag are, because I always put my mouse on that and it shows the name.
Crafty. So, I thought you just knew all the flags. You memorized them before this job.
This morning Roland was knowing nearly everything.
Yeah.
Every flag, also where the country are, because I have also some country I have no idea. So
yes. Well, I used to have a friend from Bahrain and at university, and I know it's an interesting country. And San Marino, I don't know if you know Eurovision, the song contest, but they always vote for England. That's all I know about, San Marino, very small country.
Yeah, but San Marino is in Italy, and I'm from Italy. It's inside the Italy territory. So San Marino is...
I know. You know better than me.
Yeah. I was also there, actually, I guess. Well, I guess once I was there.
Okay, so good stuff. And I suppose looking at the position, I kind of prefer White here, because again, one very important skill I think that everyone could try to learn from, if you're a beginner or whatever standard you are, if you look at a position and don't look at it with a computer, but just try to assess what the important things are about the position in front of you. And both sides have pretty decent pieces here. They're equal on material, but Black has one really big weakness on e6, and the square in front of that is also a big weakness. And White can try to put a piece into that square in front of e6, or just attack the e6 pawn. So I think White positionally is doing very well with this pressure on the half-open e-file. Definitely an advantage for White, I think. I don't know if you agree with that one.
Yes, I definitely agree. I also, when I watch the position, I first try to count my fibula. I try to see if it's equal or not. And if it's equal, I try to see the statical and dynamical point. And definitely 6 and the e5 square are 2 weak points, and White, I mean, still the position is quite close, so it's not easy. It's a slight advantage, I would say. But I would definitely prefer to have White here, because it's a comfortable position.
Yes.
And how do you think should White proceed? What could be a plan to increase the advantage?
If I was playing White here, I would either try to do something on e5 immediately, but only if that helps me. Otherwise, I'd just try to improve my position, because it's one of those positions where you can maybe sit on, because I don't see any plan for Black. Mm-hmm. You should always watch out for pawn breaks that your opponent has. And I don't think Black can really do much here. So I'd even try to maybe just gain some space with h4. And, I love playing that move anyway, Harry being my favorite pawn. But, I'm probably going to suggest h4 in every position, I'm afraid. But so h4, if you want to know what I'm going to suggest, h4, just h4. But maybe another idea, which could be quite clever, is the bishop on b1 may look good, but maybe we can try to arrange to play b3, like bishop a2 or bishop c2 and b3, and try to transfer the bishop to the a2 g8 diagonal, because then we place pressure on the weakness on e6, this backwards pawn.
I like this idea.
So this could be another way. But I think the important thing in positions where you have this kind of advantage, and if you look at top players, they don't rush their moves, and they take their time to build up the position. Did he play h4?
Yes, h4 is on the board.
There you go. Of course he did. Good stuff.
I don't know if I should call the arbiter and say this Mr. Danilo is listening to the commentary. Yeah, no, I guess not.
Everyone knows about h4. It's always a good move. So it's. I mean, the good thing about h4 is you have two sort of slight plans, and what you've done here after h6, you kind of created another weakness, which you've pointed out there, the g6 square.
Yes.
And a lot of time to win these positions, you don't actually do much. You wait until your opponent makes worse moves.
Mm-hmm.
And that square you've pointed out there is really another massive weakness. I could even, at some point try to go g4, but that's very risky. I don't think I will be playing that one. It gives black a lot of counterplay, but I could also think about getting a knight to the g6 square at some point, maybe later on. So white's position is improving, definitely here.
Mm-hmm.
Good position.
All right. So your white looks promising, and we got a notice that there is a rating difference, 500 rating. So
I was wondering about the rating of the player from San Marino, because is he really a FIDE master with 1569? I mean, I don't know if I believe that. That seems a bit strange.
You're right. Might be that the rating is not accurate, because might be that they just got today. The rating is like the first time they are playing on chess.
Yes, I think so.
Online.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to another game. Here we have another San Marino against Bahrain
again. Okay. Well, I mean, interesting position. I mean, a lot of people often talk about this difference here with the bishops and the knights. Like two bishops are supposed to be so strong, aren't they? Everyone goes, the two bishops. We love the two bishops. But
I love the two bishops.
Oh, you love the two bishops. Well, most people do. I mean, and I think you're on the right side of that. I sometimes think they can be a little bit overrated, but it depends if they can get on open lines.
Sure.
And the knights are looking quite good here as well. Yeah, I mean, that last move attacks the c3 pawn. It's very hard to move that knight away. So I'm just wondering which side I prefer. Maybe I even prefer to be black here, but I'm not sure. I think black is doing okay at this moment in time. So
yeah, maybe bishop d2 would be. I would prefer white, honestly.
The two bishops.
For the reason,
yes.
I mean, as you said, it's not that bishops are always great, especially when positions are closed. It's not that bishops are like God in every position. But when there is like potential to open up the position, mostly I really prefer to have the bishop here. And yeah, I think that the queen side might open.
We could have a blunder there, though. I mean, this is. Well, the question is, what are you going to do against knight c3? And knight c3 now played, and
I guess bishop d2 was needed.
I think bishop d2 is needed when black could have tried b4 there, but I mean, in this position now, it certainly seems that black is taking control, because we got the two rooks versus the two bishops. Do you prefer the two rooks or the two bishops there? I prefer the two rooks.
I also prefer the two rooks.
Yeah, two rooks are good. And this looks now very good for black, I think, after that blunder, I think, by white in the position. So, yeah.
Yep, I agree. So let's move on. Oh, here we have 13 seconds for white, so...
Wow. Okay, and crazy position here. They both seem to be quite equal on rating, but with 8 seconds to go, I don't like white's chances. And
with the king on g3.
I agree. With the king on g3, you're a bit scared, aren't you? Well, I'm scared. If I had my king here, I would not be happy. So we could be seeing a result very, very quickly on this board. There's only one piece blocking black's attack, and that's the knight on f3. If that knight can never be moved from f3, then f2 drops. But
so maybe knight take e5 could no, because it's protected by the bishop.
Something like that, though, was quite tempting. Even bishop c5, preferably the moving the knight might have been good. Cool. White's grabbed a very greedy pawn there. Bishop takes. I would not be grabbing that pawn as white. I know white is very short a time.
Yeah.
And I think this also Bahrain versus San Marino, possibly?
No, this is Gabon against Lebanon.
Lebanon. Okay, so the player from Gabon grabbing that pawn. But that seems so risky, doesn't it? The pawn maybe not so relevant. And you have to be very careful here if black just plays something like knight takes knight and b6, and the bishop on a7 could be trapped. This is also a very good aggressive move that was played, but I think I would play like this and just say to that bishop, okay, you're not coming out.
Yeah.
You're dead. Black won on time. Okay, so it looked
but
like
still was. But I was wondering, how did that king get to g3? I mean,
I don't know. This sometimes occurs in the Tarrasch variation of the French defense, but normally then white has a pawn on f4. So it's a good question. It's like a puzzle where you have to think backwards, isn't it? Why did white put the queen? Yeah.
Which way did the king? I mean, king f1, king g2, king g3, I guess. But why from f1 to go to g3?
It's a good point. Yeah, not to be recommended at home. That's for sure.
No.
Don't follow that king route there. No, definitely not.
Definitely not.
All
right. Here we have an endgame with two pass pawn and queen and rooks. I guess here, I mean, the first element that I see in this position are exactly those two pass pawn that are very promising for black. And I would secondly check if the king, if the black king might be in danger, because if the king is safe, I would definitely say that black is even winning here.
Yeah, I mean, can we just go back to maybe move 32 of black? Black played this rook d7 move, which he really didn't need to play. He could have played like some safety first move or queen e4 centralized, but allowing this queen e4 looks very safe. Just put the queen in the center of the board.
I like
maybe you go queen e5, try to swap the queens off if you want to. Because in the game, allowing queen b8 check seems quite risky for black. I mean, when you've got a winning position, it's very easy to give away winning positions. I think one of the hardest skills for anyone is winning positions. And the most important thing is not to allow your opponent any counterplay. And in the game, I mean, black might still be winning, but allowing queen b8, if we go to the actual continuation and just see what happens in the game, then we can see white does have some sort of attack here. Queen b8, and now the king has had to come to f6. I mean, black might be winning, but do I really want to put my king on g6? I think I'm okay here because there's no way that white can attack that king. But it's a little bit scary, no? Would you be? I'd be a little bit scared here, no?
I agree. Would have been 3 moves before. Would have been better to. Yeah, you always should. I mean, you always should take care of removing the rook from the last square, from the last line, because might be suddenly weak. And still, I mean, white now is threatening, I guess, mating too. Queen f4 and queen h4. So yeah, as you said, was a bit not necessary to allow all this.
Yes, a little bit scary. I guess it could be covered with rook f7 and black is still winning.
Or queen e4 maybe now as well.
Queen e4 as well, that's a good move. Yeah, queen e4, very clever. And I don't think white quite has enough to do this, but with 2.5 minutes, okay, he's played rook f7. And you just got to be, again, you've got to play with a little bit of caution here. I mean, there is a pin now with queen e8, keeping a little bit of pressure on the position. The problem that white has is the rook on d3 is not really playing any part in this position. You'd want to get that rook on d3 into the game. So queen e8 played, and it should be good for black. Queen d6, for example, and black should be doing the job, trying to start an own attack like queen to g3. Oh, hang on a minute. You can see, this is, okay, so e2, but what about rook takes f7? This could be amazing now. Black thinks he's queening the pawn, but it's an amazing idea here. Rook takes f7, And if
Wow.
black queens the pawn, you go rook f1 check. It looks like black's suddenly winning, but rook f1 is check. And it's like, poor.
But the queen on e8 is hanging.
Oh, yes. I didn't even see that. So, okay. Oh, good point. So I got double check there. I got very confused. So, wow. Okay. So I guess you have to go queen takes queen, and then. But this has got very complicated all of a sudden there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, suddenly the very strong pawn are not anymore on the board. Probably d4 might also fall because. Yeah.
So this is very unclear. Is there even anything better that white can play there? Okay, he's gone rook to f2. Has he gone rook to? Oh no, he hasn't played a move yet.
No.
Okay. See, I'm okay when there's one queen on the board, but as you saw there, as soon as two queens come on the board, I just can't calculate anymore. my calculation goes totally out the window. So that confused me even.
Mostly, as in life, also in chess, 2 queens on the board might be too much. So
yes, too much, definitely. I think so. So what can white do here? Well, I think the line you showed still keeps it very unbalanced, and but also just queen takes e2 played first. Simple move, just simple chess.
Yeah, I mean, as more different is that maybe d4 will not fall in this line.
Yeah.
Might be that black can protect that pawn.
Yeah.
And but let's see. There are so many options because both king are quite exposed. So it's
true. Yeah. And now, okay, so rook takes f1. I think it could come down to these king positioning here. I think we've had a draw offer. Am I right in saying that? I've just seen it. Is that from black? Black has offered a draw here?
Yes, this is right.
I mean, if I was white here, would I take the draw? I'm thinking it's equal material. And I think black must be very annoyed with that last move. Clearly that e2 move, even though all my excitement was kind of out of place there, it wasn't a very good move because black lost his most important pawn. And sometimes I get very annoyed if I play a bad move and I just want to, just have a draw, even if I'm better somehow. So is white going to take the draw? Would you take the draw here if you're white?
It's hard to say because I would say that white is as a psychological advantage here, because black ruined a great position. So, but objectively, don't know. I'm generally a fighter, so if I see chances, I keep going. I don't take a draw. So it might be that I will go on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose.
What about you?
I don't know. I mean, I'd be trying to calculate here what happens if I go queen takes f1, because as you pointed out, a draw has been agreed, as we say. That would threaten the checkmate queen to f5 check and then queen to h5 check. So rook f7 would be critical. And now if I didn't see a good move for myself as white here, I think I'd take the draw. You could play queen g2 and the ending might actually be quite okay for white because is the passed pawn weak or strong? Yeah. It's one of those pawns which you could say all of a sudden it's quite easy for white to attack that pawn. So I think a draw is fair enough there, really, after what happened, with the things beforehand.
So good. Okay, let's see. Let's move to this game because it's very short time, and the position seems, at least from the material point of view, seems balanced.
Was this a position where white was doing very well, we thought earlier? He played h4, so it seems to have changed a bit now. Yeah, I mean, looking at this position, I'd say black's suddenly better when white was totally in control. And if you look at the time as well, white's time is a real issue. I think the problem white has here is if look at black's pieces, black's rook is on the open file, fantastic rook, and black's knight is also very good. That knight is going to hit the pawns, and white's bishop very bad on c1. It doesn't really have anything it can do. So certainly black has turned this game around, and black has a big advantage. So I wonder what what White did wrong there. White must have maybe played something a bit too quickly, and I think this is going to be a black win.
I
the
agree.
way it's going. Yeah.
Probably also time. Yes.
There you
Time
go.
out.
You called it. Yeah. So. Okay.
Right.
This is very early days. This game.
Yeah, I guess they because sometimes there are problem of connection, and so might be it's not like how like normally on chess.com that if you disconnect after 15 seconds you lose the game, but they just let the time go. So might be that both player had issues with connection, and so we are very early at a very early stage of the game, but with quite few time.
Sure. And the countries here, is it Turkey versus Ireland? Is that right, or is that?
I'm not sure if Turkey is in this division.
Okay, I'm trying to work out the flags.
Yeah.
Don't tell me off, people, if my flag recognition is pretty bad. I need to work on my flags.
No. That flag is flag of Turkey. You're completely right.
Okay.
But I'm not sure, because sometimes can be that you have a flag on chess.com, but maybe you are resident, you are living in another country, and so
Okay.
you can play also for another country. We had in the previous poll a
Right.
player from a wrong division. So
Okay, I
yeah,
get it.
Turkey is not in this
Not in this division.
in this
Okay.
division. So might be another country.
Okay. All right. So the flags might be wrong there. I remember one bit of information. I don't know have you seen the Magnus documentary at all? Magnus Carlsen documentary?
No, I didn't see that.
Okay. It's quite well known that one of the things that Magnus did when he was very young, he memorized every single capital of every country in the world when he was probably like 6 years old or something.
Oh.
And he was like not just a genius at chess, but it was around that time that people started, his parents started to recognize that, hang on a minute, this guy's got quite a good brain. And he had this graphic memory, so he could basically remember nearly everything he saw. Okay, well, Black's won that quite prematurely while I'm speaking on time.
Yes. Actually, I got the notification that this is not a tournament games, because sometimes also this can happen.
Okay,
they start games after they finish their own game, they start other games, and I'm still following them, and so we get confused. Right. There are so many games that. By the way, about Carlsen, so he knows all the capital.
He when he was very young, he memorized all the capitals of the world, which is not easy at the age he did it. He was, he showed incredible memory, and I know from my own experience, he did. I was playing in Reykjavik, a chess tournament in Reykjavik, and they have this pub quiz. I don't know if you've ever played in Iceland, in Reykjavik yourself.
Yes, I have played once.
Oh, you have? Okay, it's a great tournament. I
love
it there.
I love it as well. I love
very
Iceland.
Friendly people.
Yeah, it's amazing there.
It's so beautiful.
I love that place. Yes,
so beautiful. Highly recommended to anyone out there if you want to play a tournament. Definitely Reykjavik. But did you play the pub quiz? They have this pub quiz where
I was there twice. Once for the European Team Chess Championship in 2015, where there was this pub quiz. And then I played the Open, but there I was not for the pub. I was not at the pub quiz. But, but I know what is the pub quiz.
Yeah, I think what impressed me the most, the pub quiz is, I think it's like 20 questions to do with chess, but the questions are so hard and they're so like, I think the highest anyone's scored, and people come from all around the world, chess historians, to try and do this quiz, and it's like a random position from 300 years ago who played this game. Yes. And most people, I think the highest score was like 15 out of 20, and Magnus did the pub quiz with his friend Hammer, Ludwig Hammer, I think, and they got 19.5 out of 20, higher than anyone else. And Magnus's memory at some of the questions was just unbelievable. He remembered information that just a normal human would not remember. And this is the trait I think Bobby Fischer used to have as well, their memory. And it does help in chess to have a big memory like this. So.
Yeah, that's impressive. I didn't know that. So thank you for sharing that with us. Big memories. I'm for sure not able to know. I don't know all the capital of the world, but of Europe, yes.
Of Europe, okay, that's pretty good.
Yes. All right. Oh, we have the results probably, so we are able to see probably the results of the day. Yes, here we have. Great. All right. So, all right. So this was the round 2 of the Pool B. Bahrain won against Mali. Gabon has 3-0. They are probably uploading the last results, but seems like Gabon won. Lebanon won 6-0, an impressive result against Gambia. Qatar won 4.5 against Liberia. And Burundi San Marino is 3-3. So the last game that we saw was exactly one of San Marino, where the table was turned. So it was a critical game for this match. The game where there was this weak point on G6, C6 was quite critical for this
very
match.
important game. Okay, so what happens now? Do they, on the 3-0, it just stays that score and there's one more game, I guess? Or
I think they are uploading. I think they are uploading because they get the results from Arbiter that upload on Chess results, and then we get the results. So we will know it soon, probably.
Very shortly.
I guess now we are going to a short break because the third round is starting in 10 minutes. So we will be back soon with new pairings and a new round, the last round of this Pool B first 3 rounds. Alright, so guys, see you soon and yeah, stay tuned.
Okay, good. I think we survived that okay. So no, same with you. No, thank you for making it so easy. So good. Yeah, it's okay. Only one more game, then we can. So, but I had no idea what I was commentating on. It was quite funny. So I'm going to just. Do I have a chance to go away for 5 minutes? Is that okay? Okay. All right. Cool. All right. I'll be back soon or something.
And we are back. We are back. And we are ready for the round number 3 of the Pool B of Base Division. If you just turned in, we are going to explain it one more time. What is the format, what is division, what is pool, everything. I'm here joined by Simon Williams that joined in the last minutes the coverage of this Pool B. And thank you one more time, Simon, for... Simon or Simon? I don't want to be wrong.
Either way is good. I think it's Simon in England, but Simon in France and Italy is also okay.
Simone in Italian.
Simone. It sounds more foreign and romantic, so we just call me Simone. It's fine. Just call me anything you want.
Simone, allora. Joking.
Look, I've been called worse, so it's okay. So don't worry.
Simon. I will call you like you are used to be called. Okay. So we are here for the round number 3. And here next to the board, you see the results, actually the updated results of round 2. I talked shortly with another Simon that is working behind the scenes of doing all this work of those on the scoreboard. And when you don't see 6, for example, Mali against Congo is 3-2. There is one game missing. It means that the team didn't provide one player. Actually, that both teams didn't provide one player. So basically, they played just on 5 boards. So there was a problem, but the results are all updated here. So I guess no, this is not a game. It's just all player that I'm following. So the game will start very soon, in about 5 minutes. We are going to see one more time the format of this event. As I said, it's quite complex, so it's good to go through one more time. We are here, I guess, at the first edition that was ever played of the Online Olympiad, I guess. I'm not sure. Simon, what do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously, with the situation in the world, everything's kind of moving online now. Which is great. I mean, it's probably the future of chess as well. Obviously, with the moving online, there's going to be teething problems until everyone's worked out the best way of doing it. But it's a brilliant way to connect loads of people from different places around the world and have competitions like this. As the Olympiad is, I'd never been to Olympiad, but I know they're amazing events and the real highlights of every 2 years, the Chess Olympiad. So now having something similar online can only be a brilliant thing, bridging nations and having serious competition. So yeah, great stuff.
That's good. So as you said, is connecting people for all over the world. These are some numbers: 163 teams and over 1,500 players from all around the world. Teams are split into 5 divisions according to strengths and are further divided into pools. We are currently hosting the Pool B, the first 3 rounds of the Pool B of Base Division. So let's have a look at the divisions. So basically there are 5 divisions from Base, then Division 4, 3, 2 and Top Division. We are currently in Base Division. This is the very first day of the full event that will take more than 1 month to hand. The last day is 30th of August, so really a long time. Also, this might be a new record, one of the longest tournament played online, at least in the last years. I guess candidates in the past were lasting really long. The world match were lasting really long time, but still 1 month, more than 1 month.
I love it. I mean, it brings back to sort of, again, we're talking about romantic chess, and I remember the old, world championship matches, which basically went on for years. Kasparov, Karpov, 4 months later, they're still playing each other, because kind of thing. And some of the best and most famous chess tournaments historically were played over much of a longer time limit. So I approve of these long tournaments which hold a lot of interest. So yeah, it's a good thing. So it'll be loads of fun to watch over the next month, definitely.
Yes. And today we are starting with the low division, but soon we are going also to see in this event really big name playing here. Dinglier, Nepomniachtchi, Grishuk will be here, Aronian, Wesley So, Rajabov, Anish Giri, Mamedrov, Anand, Duda, and many more. So these are just few names, few of the top players. We also can have a look of some of the top women here, some big name also here, Uifan, Konero, Goryachkina, Juwenju, Lagno, and Zagnitze. I always have issues to pronounce her name properly. I hope one day I learn it. And yeah, so we are now waiting for the round 3 of the pool division. And now I want to do a bet with you, Simon.
Okay, I have been known to take the odd bet in my time, so I will happily take your bet, whatever it is.
So, okay. I mean, this morning I did with Roland a bet about. I mean, I didn't say it yet. The first 4 teams of each pool will qualify to the Division 4, so we advance there. So this is the Pool B. As you can see in the layout, I don't know, do you see the stream also?
I do, yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Next to the board, there are all the teams. There are also the results of round 2.
Sure.
Which team do you think would advance to
Okay, well, I'm actually also looking at the Twitch chat, so twitch.tv/chess. So hello, everyone in the chat there. We'll try to keep an eye on some of your comments there. And I can see someone mentioned that Lebanon have won every single game so far. So I think that's a pretty safe bet. I'm going to go for Lebanon. So also Qatar, I know, have a very strong sort of chess sort of, so I say sort of, I don't know, company, federation. They hold a lot of great tournaments. They have done over there in Qatar. I remember I commentated once over in Qatar. So I'm going to say Qatar would be another team I'm going to go for. Bahrain, I'm just looking at the scores and I like that 5-1, you know. I'm not, so I'm going to go Bahrain 5-1. Seems like a pretty good bet to me. And my 4th team, I don't know, who am I going to go for as my 4th team to go through? That's the tough one. I'd love to say San Marino, but I don't think they're going to do it. Can you help me out? Who do you think is going to be the 4th team?
You know, the first 3 I would have named exactly the same, and then I would have picked San Marino because they are inside Italy, so
of course
they speak also Italian, so I would definitely pick San Marino, but then you have to choose a different one.
Okay. Let's go for, I don't know. It's really tough. I don't know who the 4th team's going to be. Who do you think in the chat? So we got someone saying Congo, world chess players saying Congo. Maybe it'd be lovely to see some of the African teams go through, because, you know, historically in the Olympiads, the African teams are generally lower rated than the other nations. So I'd love to see an African team qualify. So I'm well up for Congo or someone else saying Gambia. So let's say, okay, I'm going to stick my neck on the line and I'll go Congo. I'm going to go Congo.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. What are we betting, by the way? Is it, as we say in England, is it a sportsman bet? So it's a little bit of pride. Yeah.
I don't know, what are we betting on?
We'll do a sportsman bet, a friendly bet.
Friendly bet. Okay.
Friendly bet.
If we will see in real life a beer for sure. Well.
That sounds good. I will always bet a beer.
But for me, alcohol free because.
Oh, okay. For me, I will take the alcohol.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
I think in England actually I was not, but a friend of mine was in Dublin and they said that beer is really like water there. So.
In Dublin.
Yes.
Is that in Ireland? I mean, it's pretty popular in Ireland. I have to say, it's pretty popular in England as well. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but it's definitely a thing. So yeah.
All right, that's why I picked up. I chose the beer. So.
Yeah, good thing. We'll go for that. Yeah.
That's good. Let me check if the rounds are here. I guess not yet. Probably the arbiters are organizing everything because, as there are so many countries with different time zones, different connection. Let's say some African countries also have not the greatest internet connection. We are quite privileged to have such good and stable internet connection. So they are facing some problems already from this morning. So that's why the rounds might be a bit delayed, but actually I'm impressed how everything is working. I mean, all the teams are playing every time and we have the results, and it's clearly because there is a huge work behind the scenes that you guys in the chat you don't see, but really there are so many guys working for it and making it possible, and a big shout out to all of you.
Definitely. I mean, you have to think what's going on here. Like you say, so many teams from around the world, and it's the first time I think anyone's really tried something like this, to get the Olympiad online. So you've got to expect some teething problems, but what I've seen so far is quite exceptional, and it's great. It's so great to see such a diverse bunch of teams playing. Rather than just seeing, all the European and Russian teams playing, you've got a wide range. So it's brilliant to see that. So well done. Yeah, well done to everyone who's made this possible so far in the event. And I think we're being told the games are due to start in about a minute, so it's not going to be too long. I'd like to know what the arbiters are doing, because I would not like to be an arbiter for this event. I mean, that sounds like the worst job in the world. I think arbiters are like football referees. They get quite a hard time. It's they don't get an easy job a lot of the time. So do they have to watch the players, make sure they have a camera on? I don't know. Sometimes that's a rule that they're bringing in with the arbiters.
Yes, sure.
Have to actually see the players. So I'm sure there's no cheating going on, but to make sure they don't have a grandmaster Magnus Carlsen's popped over to Congo to give a bit of advice to the Congo board one. We want to make sure that's not happening as well. So another reason to have the arbiters on the video cameras, I guess.
I guess this is not happening. But yes, I was shortly at the very beginning of the day in the Zoom call. Basically, there were a lot of players, arbiters there, everyone with the webcam. And I'm not sure if everyone is right now with the webcam, because might be that some might have technical problem. But from the game, we understand that they are a pure, genuine game played by humans. So there is fair play in this event.
Yes.
And also, what is very challenging? I was shortly talking with Simon that is working for the event staff of Chess.com, and he said that the language barrier is one of the critical points, because not everyone is speaking English, speaks English. So
I can understand that. I mean, I've had in my lifetime. I can't remember where I was playing. I think it was maybe just in Budapest, but it's quite interesting when someone's offering a draw and they don't know how to offer a draw. I mean, we're very lazy in England, I have to say, as in England, most English people, they just speak English, which is a bit sad, really. They don't learn other languages. And I have to admit, I'm one of those people who never got the opportunity to learn another language well. My own fault. Sorry about that, every other nation. But I can remember someone like trying to offer me a draw, but I wasn't really sure what he was doing, because he wasn't doing that. He was like doing this to me. He was like like that, yeah. And I thought, what? I was like, I don't really understand what you're doing. And over the board, he was pointing at the board and he was going, and I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I'm dead? I thought he was going like trying to cut my throat or something. I was like, are you offering me a draw? Or are you saying you're going to kill me? I don't know. I'm not sure. So it obviously language is a challenge, but just to get it working is a real really good stuff. So well done.
No, that's so true. And mostly about the gesture made me think that mostly languages bring also culture with it. And also gestures are really not international. So there are, for example, Simon, what do you think is this? Is a very famous Italian gesture.
Wow. Do you have a sore tooth? I don't know. I've got a bad tooth. I don't. You know what? I've
I would
no
say a lot
idea.
in the restaurant, for example.
Okay, interesting. I've never seen that before. Um, I've got something stuck in my tooth. A fishbone. A fishbone stuck. I want a refund. Refund me. Fishbone in my tooth. I don't know. You have to tell me what does that mean?
No,
I
it
don't know. I
means
don't know.
that the food is really great. It's delicious, really
Okay,
good.
okay, good. I have to remember that if I ever go to Italy, I'm sure I'll be doing this a lot. I mean, it's quite funny because I know in I don't know in England, obviously, to say yes, we nod our head, um, and to say no, we shake our head side to side. And I know in some other countries it's the other way around. So you have people who want to say yeah, they're saying yes, but they're going
Yes.
like that.
Oh,
And I don't know if that's the case in India, even it might be, but it can be very confusing.
yeah.
So yeah,
I agree. I
yeah,
agree. I didn't know about that.
yes.
Okay. Great. So, I guess the 3 rounds are starting, but first of all, let me give a shout out to Gazprom, that is a general part of this event. I don't know if you know Gazprom, but it's a global energy company focused on geological exploration, production, transportation, storage, processing, and sale of gas, condensate and oil, sales of gas, everything. They do everything as a vehicle fuel, as well as generation and marketing of heat and electric power. So thank you for being a partner of this event and helping the chess world to spread all over more and more. So,
Brilliant. Yeah, I mean it's great having such a sponsor. So Gazprom, thank you very much for making this event possible as well. So brilliant.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let now is I guess is very a great time to start with the rounds. The games have started already, and do you see this game of an international master Hussein Redzad from Qatar
Yeah.
against Bart Bongo from Gabon?
I do, yeah. We got obviously the board up in front of us here, and I mean some of the players from Qatar. I like I mentioned, I know how serious they are about their chess, and they've had many great events over there, and it seems like White is playing very aggressively here. I really like this Queen maneuver over to H4 that White's played. I don't know if it works, but I still like it. I like aggressive attacking chess myself, and I'm wondering what's going to happen now if Black plays pawn takes D4. White's idea is probably to push E4, E5 at some point and open up an attack against Black's pawn on H7. So, very nice idea, bringing the queen over to the area of the board where it can increase pressure on your opponent's king. And this is an idea you see in a lot of openings. My favorite opening, or one of them, the Dutch defense. So it does seem White has a dangerous initiative here, and I would not like to be in Black's shoes. I mean, one line maybe to demonstrate this. We could have
Yes.
a look if Black plays pawn takes D4 here. Now, can White play? You can certainly try bishop to F4 is maybe key. And now I don't think it's the best move, but I want to play like E5 at some moment. I don't think it works very well here because Black has another knight on D7, defending the knight on F6. But if that pawn ever gets to E5, you can see some of the potential of White's light squared bishop on D3. So this is the kind of thing Black needs to watch out for in the position. So
Yeah,
aggressive
definitely.
play.
Maybe now is as you said, there is a knight protecting the knight, so
Sure, it might not quite work.
currently work,
Yeah.
but is for sure a great, great threat in this position, and Black should keep an eye on that.
Yeah, definitely. I expect if there is a capture, okay, rook e8 played, and this is a normal move, but White playing so quickly as well. I mean, he played bishop g5 instantaneously there. Rook e8 is normally a common idea to vacate the f8 square, because
Yeah.
Black might want to put a knight on f8 or a bishop on f8 next to the king to try and defend that. But now we have pawn takes pawn, and I would not be surprised if e5 works immediately here. And this is just the move that we were pointing out, because you have the bishop on g5, which is an extra attacking piece. So if e5 occurs here on the board, some combination like knight takes e5, and then eventually white takes on e5, takes on f6 with a big attack. So this looks very dangerous now. I mean, I think white will be playing e5 with this idea we mentioned coming into effect.
I like
Definitely.
it a lot.
Yeah.
And I have a question for you. In this position, there might not anymore now is concrete. But what about a knight on f8? I read somewhere that with a knight on f8 you never get mated.
That's right. That is the rhyme. With a knight on f8 you can't get mate. I think, is that right? Or the same thing. So there is a little. You're totally right. When you put a knight on the square you showed there, it's generally very hard to give checkmate. It's a very good defensive square, and the knight can also pop out to g6 and be aggressive later on. So I think that's what black was trying to do, but unfortunately the timing was all wrong, because you can see black does not have time to move a knight to f8. That e pawn is storming through the middle of the board. Look at the havoc it's created, opening up the whole position for white's pieces, and I don't like it. It's one thing having a good idea when you're playing chess, but another thing you need to do is to think of the timing in the position. And so many people don't do this. They have a nice idea that they want to play, but you've got to work out, do you have time to play that idea? And a lot of the time you just don't have time to play your idea. Maybe like here, knight to f8 is never able for black to play this move, because there's too many things going on. His king is in real danger here of just getting absolutely killed here. Bishop takes f6 and queen takes h7 would be a very good start, I think, there. I don't think this game is even going to last much longer here, I don't think. So no, good attack going on by white. Very good play.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, and you saw immediately the theme, and this is exactly what happened. Before was not the right time to play e5, but now was the perfect time, and that's why probably white moved bishop g5 really very fast, because he was also looking forward for this idea, probably.
Yeah, it's a very clever move, bringing another piece into the attack. And now I expect white will have a little think, because after king to f8, white's got to decide, okay, well, I can check that king, but it can walk into the center of the board. And a lot of times kings can sort of defend themselves, and you don't always want to jump in with the first check you see. Often the first check you see is the wrong move. So I like the move played here, bringing in the last piece into the attack. And this is putting an X-ray, or trying to put an X-ray on that file. Black now blocking that, so his king can yet again try to come to the e7 square. But I would not be surprised if there's some nasty tactic here, which I can't see at the moment, but there must be some nasty tactic here, surely, somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. So surely, maybe someone in the chat can help us out there. Remember, do get involved in the chat. We're watching the chat at twitch.tv chess, so if you do see any good moves, then you can help us out and, find the moves on the board.
Yeah, I'm also trying to thinking about the move. I would like to involve the knight, because somehow is not helping too much.
I agree. Yeah, moving the knight in would be very nice. It's just.
But also bishop f5 maybe.
Maybe bishop f5, bishop c4, the same idea as well. Just trying to divert that bishop away. Actually looks like a very clever idea. This is a good way to think, because you're looking at the one piece that's stopping all your plans, and you've highlighted that piece, the bishop on e6, and if you can divert that bishop away, then you can give checkmate, queen to h8, checkmate. So again, this is a very good attacking idea. Just try to locate your opponent's most important defensive pieces and try to get them out of the way. So I like your move, bishop f5 or bishop c4. Seems a very nice idea here.
And I see also chat likes bishop f5. Someone even suggesting bishop g6. I thought shortly at this because might open everything, but it's a bit risky.
It's a bit risky. One thing you can always do wrong in these positions is you should be doing well here, but if you try to be a little bit too flamboyant, which I think a lot of chess players want to put a piece of art on the board, they want to do it in style, it can backfire. So just try to do it in the most, especially when you're playing for your country. You want to not take too many risks. And bishop f5 has been played, so well predicted. Oh.
Good. So good chat. We played the same move of an international master. So we are an international master.
Yes, everyone in the chat is now an international master. Well done, chat. We've all moved up in the world. Let's
start the application to FIDE.
That's right. Everyone send your application in now, because I'm sure they don't have much going on running this tournament. Just send 4,000 applications in.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Okay, yeah, I think Qatar's going to win that game in hand. Yeah.
Maybe let's go on to let's see some other games.
Sure.
So I guess this is also okay. Here we have also FIDE Master with black against Mr. Gaspar with the black pieces from Congo.
Okay.
So
I'm now backing the Congo players, because part of my bet, I was going to bet that Congo were going to come, in fourth place. So come on, Congo. I've got no offense to the other players, but you've got to pick a team to go through, and it looks like a reasonably normal position here. You can see again, it's very important to when you look at a position, try to just work out what the important things are that are going on in the position. And here you can see the pawns in the middle of the board. They're all what we call locked together, so they're kind of like this. They're kind of static, and when you have a static position in the center of the board, you're going to have more long maneuvering battles, because tactics are not going to be as effective. Unlike the last game where it's very open, there's very many open lines. So generally look for more maneuvers in these types of positions. But it seems, bless you, it seems fairly even, I think, at the moment here, probably.
So I wanted to say something that I forgot.
I do that all the time.
It's kind of annoying. Yes, this was about the bet. I like to do the bet, not too much for the prize. I mean, we put a beer on the poll, but it's because the the host of the event should be, not completely impartial. Impartial. Yeah. So, but when there is a bet on the table, commentator starts to have preferences.
I think so. I remember when I did a bit of commentary in the past, and I actually got told off at one tournament. I think it was Gibraltar, where, I think it was probably David Howe playing, who's a fellow Englishman, and whenever he'd play, I'd be like, "Come on, David." And I got told off. I was told off. You've got to be impartial when you're a commentator. But I think it's quite exciting. It's like, when you're watching football, you've got to get behind the team. You've got to support a team, and you want to sort of see them do well. So it's nice. I think it's nice to be a little bit impartial and show your support. It makes it a bit more fun as well.
Yes. So go San Marino.
Go San Marino. I'm going to go for San Marino as well. And again, I don't know if anyone watched this, but my reason for supporting San Marino is very weird, and people might not understand this, but it's the Eurovision Song Contest, and San Marino always give England votes in the Eurovision Song Contest. So there we go. Do you know this? Oh, you look so shocked.
No.
What is that? Yes,
they were not giving to Italy.
I think they give Italy the most points, and then they give England quite a lot of points, because I think there's a lot of footballers from San Marino maybe who play in the English league, something like that. So
that's good. Then is okay.
That's good.
Then they are still friends. That's good.
Yes. Still friends. Yeah.
Right.
The one thing White's got to, just going back to the position, White's played quite a risky move there. With Black's last move, Black put that bishop on the line pointing towards the White queen, and you've got to watch out for a knight jump here. If it's Black's move, Black would now play knight takes h3 or something. So if I was White, I'd be getting my queen out of the way there. I don't like that white queen there.
I agree.
Just avoid any nasty tactics that might occur. There it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, black was preparing with king h7, protecting the bishop, was exactly preparing a knight, maybe knight take h3, knight take g2. Yeah. I mean, many possibilities. So just white. Still there is a rook behind, but is not that powerful as if there would be a queen there.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way that our player from Congo is playing this with white, because you should always try to play the most active move you can. And queen to a5, I think, is a really nice move, because you're putting pressure on the c7 square. And if you can create a threat when you're playing chess and not weaken your position, then you generally should do. And as you pointed out there, the threat is just to take the pawn and play rook takes c7, which is not just winning a pawn, it's actually trapping the black queen. So white playing very well, considering he's under, really behind in rating here. So well done so far.
I agree. I didn't see that it was even trapping the queen, but that's true.
Yeah, that queen has to be very careful here. Yeah. I'd imagine c6 would be the first move I'd want to play as black, but that opens a position up which can also be very dangerous for both sides. So yeah.
What do you think about a move for white like c5 in the future?
I think very good move. Yeah, very good move. I mean, if that pawn can get to c6 and you want to try to get the rook on c1 open, it's certainly a move to consider. c5, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
So here white is doing well. I mean,
I think so. Yeah, I like white. Maybe slightly better for white. I'm not sure what black plays here. You either go passive, because you've got to defend against this rook coming into that square on c7 we mentioned. And if you had to play a passive move like rook to c8, you don't really want to play passive moves. So you can play that move if you really want to, but then you start to defend, and I think your move c5 becomes very interesting then in such a position. So if I was black, I'd much rather not play so passive, and rather than playing the rook to c8, try to gain a little bit of activity with c6. But it's also the kind of move which could just be bad. I don't know. You're opening it up.
Yep.
I'd like to play c6. Maybe that just about keeps the balance in the position. Maybe.
Yeah. So we're going to see how black is facing this position. Nice move, queen a5.
Very nice.
Yeah, let's see. Seems not so easy. But he's a FIDE master, so we will try to find a good way to face it.
Yeah.
New position. This is another team. Is Gabon against Qatar, and we are ready. Can we call it endgame? Kind of.
We can say I'm about to fall asleep in this position, but maybe not the most exciting. But yeah, I mean, you could say it's an ending, and it should be equal because you have an equal pawn structure. Both sides have kind of decent pieces, and I don't think there's really any weaknesses in the position. So this should be dead equal. But okay, I mean, that probably suits the player of the black pieces better, because when you're playing with the black pieces, you generally want to get an equal position. And here, probably the player who is a better endgame player will win this game. I guess.
Or a draw.
Or a draw. Yeah, or a draw. Yeah. But it's not very exciting, is it?
Yeah, so let's switch to another game.
Yeah.
Here we have a FIDE master from Lebanon, Mr. Ahmad, against
Mali. Okay.
Asaye, Alau, Saye, Ni. Okay.
I'm glad you're pronouncing that name. I'm very bad at pronunciations, so.
I mean, I'm already in the blacklist of all these countries because I'm mispronouncing everything. I say loud that I don't know where they are. So you're risking very few today.
I would be doing exactly the same. I'm so bad at pronunciations. It's really quite embarrassing, but we don't mean to do it. Just happens. So, I mean, looking at the position, it must be better for black here because black has this big central pawn, which is really annoying for white. But if you look at where white's pawn majority is, white has an extra pawn on the queen side on b2. but it's so hard to use that extra pawn. And when you have a majority of pawns, you want to use them to go forwards, but you can't really move that b2 pawn. If you ever do, black will take en passant on b3. So it's a little bit difficult for white, this position. Black is certainly better here.
Yeah. So let's move on.
Okay. That a pawn's going. Look at the a pawn. It's running down the board. And also, I think if we just count the material, is black a rook up? Is that right? Or an exchange up?
An exchange up. An exchange up.
Okay. Which countries are these? So this is this
Qatar against Gabon.
Okay, so Gabon are doing very well here, and this should be winning for black, being material up, and I don't think that a pawn's going to be able to be stopped here. Is there immediate win? I'm just wondering if you can do some tactic immediately. I can't see any. Immediate tactic.
Yeah, I was looking at rook takes c2, but it's not working. So maybe black should just bring the rook back.
Yeah, I think so. Something simple, maybe c4 to keep some pressure on the e4 square. Now, knight takes e4 is another thing that white has to at least think about. But I think the winning plan for black's very easy here. You just play a2, and then you threaten to take on c2.
That's true.
Okay, so this is now forced, but now knight takes e4 at the right moment, and another pawn is going to drop. So I expect Gambon is going to win this game. So that would be a very good win for Gambon here. So nice, good stuff.
Yeah, good.
Happy to see that.
So let's move. Oh, okay, we had a move shortly. Okay, you took there.
Okay.
You didn't take the pawn. But he can take now the pawn.
He can take it now if he wants, yeah, and he has. So he's winning another pawn.
Yeah.
As long as he doesn't blunder, he should win this one with the black pieces.
I agree.
Yeah.
So here we have another game. This time is Burundi against Gambia. So another team. And also here there is an advanced pawn on a2.
Yeah, look at the pawns. The African nations are really using their a pawn, aren't they? They're just storming the pawn down the board. I just wonder.
But here it seems like might be lost, that pawn.
Yes, that's maybe not such a strong pawn there. It might have even gone a little bit too far,
I agree.
It's going to be taken, and now white centralizing his pieces very nicely as well with that a2 pawn. Yeah, I think white's doing okay at the moment. Can black start a kingside attack? I don't really think so. The bishop on e3 is a pretty good defender here, and white's just going to play rook takes a2 next move and be a pawn up, and we're going to see this now. I'm sure rook takes a2 will be played by white. Maybe black has some chances on the that's strange. I wouldn't have done that move personally, because you don't need to take that knight at the moment. It's better to keep your options available for the future, and this gives black an extra tempo now. Rook takes f4, which now is not so clear. I wouldn't have thought this is completely clear now. Where do we move the queen to, for example? Queen to
e3.
E3, sure. And can I play? I don't know. I want to play something like e4, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Trying to get the queen into the game, but I don't want to lose my e pawn as well.
Sure.
It's just one pawn's enough. Okay, rook d4. I think what a better move there maybe queen g6 there would have been very clever, because you got queen b1 check. If white takes, this is a big threat. Suddenly you're threatening queen a1, and if white takes on a2, you can take on a2 queen b1, and you actually win the rook on a2. So this could have been much trickier for white to deal with. All of a sudden black turns the tide. It's often in these positions you want to get your queen into the game. So queen g6 is kind of logical, because you're trying to get your queen into the position there.
Yeah, I like it.
Might have kept some balance. Rook d4 was played though, and now white has taken that pawn on a2. But even here, I'm not convinced white is doing as well, because that black rook has got to extremely good square.
Yeah, and also the extra pawn is on b3, no? So as you said, when you have an extra pawn or a majority, you should be able to advance it. And here is not so easy to advance it.
Totally agree. So I don't think white should have given up the bishop on e3. Black can now try something like we mentioned before with queen g6, queen f5, trying to get the queen in. And it's, tough game. White's time is also quite bad here. 2 minutes 30. Probably better for white, but it's tricky.
Yeah. Also now, e4, I would say is a double hedge move, because it's true that I guess white idea is to protect the e4 pawn, maybe with queen g6, queen f5, and then to play rook d3. Okay, now after rook d2, it seems not possible anymore, but the point is that that pawn on e4 might also be weak at one point because it's not protected anymore. So...
Yeah, agree, yes. But I like queen e5. Black's pieces are very nicely centralized. Now he's got the queen on e5, rook on d4. I don't think white should ever play rook takes d4.
Yes.
This looks pretty horrible for white.
I agree.
I could be wrong, but the d pawn is so scary. So I'm not sure I'm a fan of rook d2 from white in the position. And we'll have to wait and see. The time, 1 minute 50 left. What has white played? Has he taken on d4?
Let's see.
No, he hasn't taken yet. But if you don't take on d4, okay, now it's checkmate in one move. Whoa! Is he going to see it? Rook d1 checkmate. Boom!
Boom!
Is he going to see it? Is he going to see it?
I have a boom emote. Yes!
Do you have an emote, a boom emote? Okay,
yeah.
I want to see the boom emote. Oh dear. Oh, that was painful. Boom! There we go.
Yeah, boom. Love it.
That in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah.
That was nasty. That was a really big turnaround, yeah. White was playing so well, and then white just played a couple of moves. It's very easy to lose your advantage in chess. You've got to always keep an eye for your opponent's counterplay, and I think that was a prime example. Look at your opponent's pieces. See how they can get into your position, and don't let them get into your position. And all of a sudden, the rook is coming to the position, and that's a horrible, Oof, scary stuff.
Yeah, this rook a2 costed a lot. Okay.
It did, yeah. That was a big finish.
So let's go to another game.
Aha. Well, I think this might be one of my favorite openings. So where is the player the black pieces from? I'm really rooting for black. I'm sorry. Where's he from?
Gambia.
Come on, Gambia. Because this is an opening I've done a lot of work on. It's called the Black Line. I don't know if you know this opening. It's a crazy opening where you don't castle, you just push your G pawn down the board. So I'm very happy to see the player from Gambia playing this. Come on, Gambia. I'm trying to be unbiased. Well, I'm not really. I just like this opening.
I don't know. I want shortly to see this move. I think you
have
also a course about this.
Yes, I've done a course on this myself, the Black Line opening, and it's very interesting because you play this G5 move, boom, and
boom.
You don't boom. It's a mini boom. That's not a big boom. It's just a little boom, and you just try to attack with G5 and. Let's see. I think the player from Gambia has played this amazingly well, with the knight now coming around to f4, which is a lovely square for the knight. And you open up the G file. And one reason black has not castled is that black can attack. And here goes black. Black is attacking with, whoa, look at this. Beautiful chess.
Wow.
Destroying the white king. The white king is completely naked there. Oh, bishop takes f3 would have won a move ago.
Yeah.
But this could be winning as well. Where's the win though? Where is the win here? Because you're 2 pieces down.
Yeah.
2 pieces is a lot of pieces.
Yeah.
So how does black win? Is black winning here?
Maybe queen e3. Don't know.
I like it. Get the queen into the attack. I like it. Very nice move. Great suggestion. Queen f3. Yeah, queen e3 to h3. He's done it. Is he going to win with the black line? I want to see a win for Gambia with the black line. This will make my day.
We won't go away. We will stay on this board. We want to see how it's going on.
Maybe the only chance that white has here, though, unfortunately, is queen d3. Because when your king is getting really viciously attacked, you want to swap off queens. Now, white only has 50 seconds left. I mean, even if you have to give a piece back, you should just get rid of the queen, because otherwise the black queen is coming over to h3. And with the queen coming to h3 and some move for the bishop, that could be horrible. So will white find queen d3? 30 seconds to go.
Yeah.
30 seconds to go. Ooh. What do you reckon? Is white going to find it?
I guess yes.
You get 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Oh, maybe not.
I don't know. Will he find it? 15 seconds. I can see white is panicking now. No, my king. I don't know. Is it going to be found? 7 seconds. Oh no, he didn't find it. So now it should be checkmate.
The knight is hanging there.
It is. Beautiful game by black. This is. I'm a bit biased because I like the opening, but I have to say, really well played by the game. Player for the black pieces here. He's gone for a massive attack, and now I just think bishop takes knight. Yeah,
yes,
it looks very strong.
This is very.
Yeah.
I mean, it
very
says
strong.
mate in 3. Actually, there is a mate in 3.
Mate in 3. Okay,
yeah.
So can he keep his cool though? Can he keep his cool and find the mate in 3?
Yes.
I think he'll checkmate here. I think he'll checkmate.
We want to see the checkmate.
Yes, we want to see a checkmate on the board.
Go for it.
I'm sorry for the player of the white pieces. I've got nothing against you, but I did already say I want to see Gambia doing well, and I love the way he's done the black line here. So brilliant stuff.
Actually, I just got a message right now. You got in the blacklist as well of Burundi.
Oh really? Okay. Well,
yes.
he didn't. It's mate in 5 now. He's making this difficult. No, he didn't go bishop. Okay, has he found the mate? Is he going for another mate? He's showing off. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. Oh, look at this. Brilliant stuff.
Go for it.
Take the rook, and it's checkmate next move. He's creating a piece of art on the chessboard, yeah?
Wow.
Brilliant stuff.
He is another romantic player.
He's another, yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful stuff.
No.
Oh, okay. Brilliant game there, though.
Yeah.
Very good. Very nice.
But this is the checkmate that we want to see. And it's very cool that the pieces are far away from the king, but...
Yeah, it's a nice little picture. You were telling me earlier on what this meant in Italy, which I had no idea about. Was it that? No, it was this. What was it? Was it this?
This?
No, the thing when you said nice food. How'd you do it? Oh, this. Okay. You should have a facial expression for...
Not the first one. The first one would be strange, but the second finger must be.
The second finger. Okay.
Oh no, sorry, the first finger.
The first finger. Okay. So it's not like okay, we've got to get this careful.
Yes,
so this
exactly.
So do you have facial expressions for? You must create one now for brilliant game. Is it like mwah?
Mwah, yeah, it works. Yeah.
There we go. Brilliant play from the black side there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good stuff.
So next time you're in an Italian restaurant, you will do this after.
I'll do this, and then I'll go. Okay, I'll remember that.
They will be happy. All right. Let's. I guess there are other games. Oh, here I see time trouble, a rook hand game, and time trouble. So. But a lot of pawns for black.
Yes, it does look like black has too many pawns here, but a bit short of time. So you've got to be a little bit careful, but 2 pawns extra. So as long as you don't do anything too silly here, it should be winning. White trying his best, but I'd imagine black can just put the... move the king and seems good enough.
Yeah.
Should be winning for black as long as nothing bad happens, but you never know when you're this short time. You can still blunder.
Yeah,
of course. I mean, I think we all know that the king is a very important piece in the ending, and you can see that black is using the king, I think, very nicely here, just trying to activate it. I probably would have gone the other way with the king. I would have gone to c4. Maybe that was another way, but this should be good enough. And one sort of winning idea is now just to go rook d6. And if you take on e4, you could go there first, swap the rooks off, keep it really simple. But rook e6 first I like as well, yeah. I like rook d6, rook d3, but this is going to be winning. Yeah. And now rook d6 and rook d3. Activate your rook. Very important in rook endings. Keep your rook as active as possible. Get your rook in the game. This one, not so clear, because now rook g6 or something, and white can at least grab one pawn. Is black getting a bit scared here because of the time? I think black's getting a little bit nervous here.
Yeah.
Okay, so found the right move, but you've got to watch out for Harry the h-pawn.
But sadly now the h-pawn there is a bit of counterplay. And as you said, black might be a bit nervous.
A little bit nervous, especially, yeah, with 16 seconds left. You're going to show some nerves. I mean, again, if we're talking about rook endings, though, the best thing to do is to keep your rook as active as possible. But when your opponent has a passed pawn, as white has this passed pawn, I don't really like rook b3. You can play king g6. I would probably just put my rook behind that pawn, because you want to put your rook behind a pawn. This is okay. King g6. Oh, okay. Still okay. Just about rook h2. That was close. Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Yeah. I thought like now rook away and this promotion. Okay.
Yeah.
Was good. Was good.
It's just about okay still, and black is winning now. This is important. This rook h2. Get your rook behind your opponent's passed pawn, and now that black's done that, I think black should be doing very well. Well, winning, of course. So, yeah.
I guess 3 pawns are more than enough.
It should be enough. Yeah.
Check.
Come in with it. Definitely.
Okay, let's move shortly to maybe some other games. Okay, this is an endgame where black is a piece up. There are those 2 pawns, but they are blocked. They cannot advance thanks to the black bishop. So I guess this is also pretty... Okay, now another pawn is falling. So I guess this is also pretty winning for black.
Yes, I think so. It should be quite easy. The bishop on, like you mentioned, on a7, I think it is doing such a fantastic job. That one piece is just stopping any of the white pawns from moving. So it's a lovely piece. And at some point, black has these 4 pawns versus 1. So you just start pushing those pawns slowly forwards. And, okay, black moving the king around. Also a very nice idea, which we saw in the last game. Use your king in the ending.
Yes.
And maybe black just wants to take the pawns that white has. I
guess so.
Why not? Being very greedy, but if it works, it works. So, and he's going to take them.
Yes.
And
just has to take care that...
Yeah, there's no tricks like this. King e3 is a good try. But I think now if you go e3, you're going to queen that pawn. Pawn to e3, does this work? And
yeah.
There's no way to stop that pawn from queening them. If black finds this move. Okay, next move, it still works as well. So you can play e3 here.
Yeah.
And black's played it. So that will become a queen.
Yes. Oh, here.
Whoa. Oh, okay. Someone lost on time.
Yeah, but was also completely lost on position.
Yeah,
so, but
two
here
queens.
we have other 3 seconds.
Wow. Okay.
1.
You're timing these perfectly. You're timing the boards. You go to them and it's just dead. Dead. You are like
Wait.
Another one. Have you got another one? Oh, look at that. Another one. 3 in a row. You did a hat trick. A hat trick. You are Miss Guillotine with the time, yeah? So, just killing them there. Can we get another one? Oh, no. I thought, okay, I think 3 is good. You've done well there. 3 in a row, so...
Yeah. There are no games anymore.
Okay.
It's the last game of the day.
Oh, you just killed them all off, and of course, Black's won that one as well. So, we just heard that Lebanon won 6-0 again. Wow. And if that's true, they've won every game. They are strong, yeah?
Wow.
Very strong. I don't know if that's true, but thank you, Fisher Seb, in the chat for pointing that out. That potentially Lebanon clean sweep today. So they're a team to watch out for future rounds, definitely.
Yeah, actually, Lebanon has an average rating of 1900. That is the highest in this division, in all the divisions. So they're clear favorite to advance to Division 4.
Sure.
And yeah. By the way, I think he's quite accurate because we have here in the layout the results. At the moment, it's showing just 4-0 for Lebanon, but I guess, I mean, it's already a team victory. 4 is already enough. So, yeah, the last results are going to be updated soon.
I think we saw a win for Gambia, didn't we? I don't know, in that Black Lion game. I think that was Gambia, but I could be wrong with the nations there. There's so many games and to follow that I might have got that wrong, possibly, but that was
yes, you're right. I picked the game. It was this one, the nice checkmate.
Oh, was this one? And was there another one from Gambia with that Black Lion? Where he actually checkmated this one? Yeah, was that Gambia as well? This game here,
Gambia as well. So
okay.
Yeah, Gambia did actually 2 amazing checkmates. So soon the score will be updated. So at the moment it's 3-0 for Gambia, but
they're playing with some style. I like the way they were playing there. Stylish Gambian players there. So
yeah, I will try the lion variation. I am an attacking player. I love to attack, and so I think this line is fitting perfectly. So I got to try it.
I'll keep an eye open, and you have to let me know when you get your Grandmaster title by smashing everyone with the lion. So
yeah, I will send you the games like this.
Yeah, and then you owe me 2 beers. Yeah, if you get Grandmaster by using the lion.
2 beers. That's 2 beers. Also 3. 3.
3. Okay, very generous. So yeah.
Grandmaster is a lot. All right, so. Let me see if there are some updates on the results. I think they are doing they are working in progress. By the way, guys, we are going to see at the end of the game the the scoreboard of each poll. So we are going to see what is going to happen, and I guess we are at the end of this for second part of the commentary of the day. We will be back in 2 hours. Simon will not be here, but Roland will join. But Simon, really was so nice to do it with you. It
was loads of fun. Thank you so much as well. I mean, it's the first time we commentated, and it's been great. So thank you for making it so easy for me. And I just like to say I've had the easy job here, because I know you're doing all the computer stuff behind the scenes, well, with the Chess.com brilliant team as well. So thank you as well. So
yeah, it's a teamwork. So, yes. But thank you for joining at the last moment, and it helped me really a lot. So yes, the score have been updated. I guess is 6-0 for Bahrain, 6-0 for Lebanon, 3.5 for Qatar. So Qatar won. As we predicted, it's 3-2 for Gambia, so the 2 wins have been uploaded. Don't know if there is still a last game, but sometimes there is no last games because sometimes they don't play. Might be that they have problems with the pairings, might be that both teams are missing 1 players. So we are going to see that. But by the way, at the end of the day, there will be the scoreboard, so we'll know all the details about all these 3 rounds. The arbiters are doing a lot of junk behind the scenes. As Simon said, I would not like to be an arbiter as well. It's quite a tough job, so especially in this kind of event. So guys, I think we are going to be back in 2 hours. Thank you one more time to Simon and everyone watching and being with us. And yeah, see you in 2 hours, guys.